What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to another live stream, and we're waiting on JD. I think he should be here here in a little bit, but just wanted to hop on a little bit early and chat it up with everybody. Happy Sunday. It's been an interesting week here in the markets. Shiba Inu's been on a nice little uptick here in the last 4 days. We're going to dive into that a little bit. Of course, Shibarium is the huge topic of discussion right now. One of those projects, Pawzone, out there. JD, we talked to JD way back last year, and we were talking about Pawzone and what was coming. They've launched now, and it was a great launch right out of the gates, and was looking forward to catching back up with JD here today and bringing you guys all up to speed. So again, JD should be joining me here in a little bit, and as soon as he jumps on with me, we'll add him to stream and get right into it. But how's everybody doing out there? Make sure you guys hit the like button here on your way in. Subscribe down below if you haven't already. And it's great to have everybody here. And let's see who we got in chat. JD's a good man, no doubt. Good dude. Puppy love is the best. Awesome. What's up? Hello, sir. Ali. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. I never had a teacher as good as you are. God bless you. I really appreciate that, man. Listen, man, just trying to do the best we can to navigate these crypto waters. That's all I'm doing as well. Just we're doing it together right here on YouTube. So you won't regret being a part of Pawzone, Shibarium Dev Squad. What's up, man? Yeah, I mean, there's a ton of great things happening. Pawzone, definitely one of those great things happening. And, it was blessed by Satoshi very early on. So had this on my radar, was an early investor, just like many people here on chat. Yes, let's do it. Rosita, how we doing? Pawzone, Adam Waters, what's going on? Sinew, Pawzone has so much potential, 100%, especially once Shibarium launches and gets out there. Welcome in, everybody who's just popping in. We're waiting on JD to pop in here with us. Sheba Burns, when? Pawzone, what is that? Well, we're going to get into it, Real Dominicans team. As soon as JD joins us, we'll dive into it a little bit deeper. I want to know, I have to know, please make more videos of Everrise cryptocurrency. Yep, love Everrise, Joshua. One of those cryptos I was into way back in 2021. And love what they stand for in DeFi. Please make a new video of VRA, Veracity Crypto. I am from India. I can't attend in your program because that time is midnight for me. Gotcha. Yeah, Berman. This goes for everybody, too. If you have to, check in, check out, you can always watch the replay for sure. I would like to thank you very much for the videos you make of Shiba. I follow you in Austin for over a year. Thank you very much for your hard work. Jose, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for all your support. It means the world to all of us on YouTube because without you guys, we're nothing, right? So really, really appreciate you guys. And I just remember creating the first videos ever way back in 2021. And it's been a wild, bumpy, crazy, up and down kind of ride. But, man, it's a blessing to be in this industry so early. And to all of you out there, give yourself a pat on the back too, because we make up, nearly 5%. That's it, right? So there's so many more people who are going to come in the coming years. And we're getting ready for the Bitcoin halving coming up this time next year. So that should be super exciting. Definitely. What's going on, everybody? Hello. Shib Army, Pawzar, NFT marketplace for Shibarium. That's right. That's what we're going to get into here today. Good morning, Zach. First sip. Mari, how we doing? Hello from Costa Rica. Johnny, what's up? Shib Army and Pawzone are united, no doubt. Hey, Zach, been here since the start. Love the positivity all the time. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, Aiden. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. How about Floki? Ali, yeah. Floki's one of those top meme coins as well. Yeah, right underneath Doge and Shib. Doge and Shib are in a class of their own. I mean, multi-billion-dollar projects. Doge is over 12 billion right now. Shib's over 6 billion, closer to 7 billion right now. After that, it's a big drop off. But then you got Baby Doge and Floki. They could be potentially the next up to reach that $1 billion market cap. So welcome in, everybody. We've got JD with us too. We're going to add him here to stream. What's up, brother?
Hey there. How you doing?
Good, man. It's been a while.
It has been a while. It's good to be here.
Definitely, man. So how's everything? I know it's been a wild, crazy ride since launch, but it's been a long time coming, man.
Oh, absolutely. It's been a surreal experience so far. So I'm just glad it's out there. All the waiting is finally over, and we get to actually start building and going through the process of the journey. So very excited.
Yeah, tell us about kind of that process right now, JD. Kind of where are you guys at in that process, and what's kind of on the radar now? Of course, everybody just waiting, chomping at the bit to see Shibarium live, but the beta has went extremely well, picking up some
Mhm.
big steam.
Yeah, as I mentioned, we're gonna have millions of transactions on Shibarium when it comes out, and so and we've already experienced that in the beta. We've already surpassed 1 million transactions, and so you could only just imagine what impact that's going to have when Shibarium goes live for Shib and Bone. But yeah, it's been crazy. As for our project, we did just deploy a few weeks ago, and we do have already a lot built because obviously we've been working on this for quite some time. However, due to the fact that Shibarium is not out yet, and we do have several bad actors out there, we do need to be very careful with what we reveal. We want to make sure we don't reveal too much too soon, because that gives room for other people to maybe try to copy and do the same thing. So what we're essentially doing is, after the launch of the token, we reached over a $30 million market cap and surpassed $40 million in trading volume, which was insane. Like, we did not see any of that coming. But it's been a great experience ever since. It's been a lot of work. And what we are going to be delivering is going to be several different applications in the meantime to provide utility for our token until Shibarium does near, and then we could start going all in on Pawzone, which, again, my team and I have been so excited and so anxious to show you guys, because we know a lot of you guys want to see it. But trust me, we want to show it so badly. Like, that's one of the biggest things and most difficult things for us, is the fact that we have to keep it under wraps until then.
Talking about that elephant in the room a little bit, JD.
Mhm.
The paw swap that launched. I didn't really understand it at first, but then I saw they kind of used your same logo, and you guys have been out there. I mean, and I know that because we've talked for, I don't even know when the first time we talked. It
Yeah,
might
it's
have
been
been
a while.
2021. Honestly,
I think
I know
so.
we
Yeah,
talked.
early 2021. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and so what actually happened there? I mean, I should have probably asked you this a long time ago, but what actually happened there? Because at first I thought, oh, this is just another project building on Shibarium, which is a good thing, but I want to hear it from you.
Well, in all honesty, Zach, I don't really want to be, attacking any other community. I want to be spreading unity here.
Yep.
However, what does need to be said is, there definitely has been some real amount of attacks my way from that community, which is pretty stressful. It obviously came out very coincidentally, should I say. And it came right around the time when there were other Shibarium projects being announced. And, they came out first with Trophius telling me about it and telling me to be very careful of this project. But, little did I know that he was actually heavily involved, or at least so many people say he is, because he is a very large holder. But it started off with them spamming the comment sections on my Twitter accounts and telling people about PawSwap. And they did definitely make a logo that looks very similar to ours. They used the same ticker symbol, and they also said they were claiming to build the Shibarium DEX. But again, it was one of those things where it, it was by a group of people who did not have the best intentions for me, at least. But because I have been getting several amount of attacks left and right, probably from Telegram to Discord to Twitter, every single social media, I've been attacked by this community. And I wanted to spread the word of unity, because they kept trying to divide us. They claimed they were building a Shibarium project, but then they would start talking down on Shitoshi, on Shibarium itself, and now they're claiming to build their own network, I believe. So I don't exactly know what they were doing, but I think what they were trying to do was to confuse investors, because they started off by saying that Shy was an investor, which Shy later had denounced and called them shadow cats for it. But I think it was more just their strategy to try to get their project out there, uh, in a very cruel way, in my opinion. But
Yeah.
again, I feel like I am speaking a little too much on this. I don't want to be talking too much about this community because they have not been the best towards me. And yes, I mean, my project was announced over a year ago, and this new PAW token that came out of the blue came out only a few months ago. So
Yeah.
you can make your own conclusions with that.
100%. And no, and we won't spend much time. I want to turn this page and go right back into what you guys are building. I just wanted to kind of clear the air because I know there's been a lot. And honestly, I wanted to kind of hear from you because I've been kind of trying to figure it out myself and admittedly haven't been diving into all the drama like you, man. I try to just keep it cordial. It's tough sometimes.
I'm not a fan of dramas. It's
No.
not something I've been wanting, but yeah.
Yeah, it's tough in crypto though sometimes, especially when you're as big as Shib, right? And there's so many people out there that want to attach themselves to Shib, and I think we're going to find out right away once Shibarium launches what the great projects and applications will be. And I think it's great that it's wide open because that is the core of decentralization, and the best projects and the best people and the best applications, they'll rise to the top in due time, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
but in terms of what you guys are building, you guys have a ton of different applications. Let me go back into this full screen here for a minute. We've got the Shiba Inu gaming yield, which I remember talking to you about that. We've got Pawzone, the marketplace, and Paw5. So you want to kind of just break these down individually, JD, a little bit for the listeners out there?
Sure. We can start off with Paw5 because that will be the first application releasing, and it will be deploying on Ethereum. It is essentially going to be our DeFi staking platform. It allows the users to earn staking rewards, trading rewards once the Pawzone releases, as well as liquidity rewards. And we have been in the works. It has been in the works as of late because we want to make sure that we do release it before Shibarium comes out so that we can offer users some incentive to hold the token as well as provide liquidity for once Shibarium does come out.
Mm-hmm.
And so then we go on to Pawzone, which will be the first main core application that we'll be releasing, and it will be deploying on Shibarium, but it's going to be the ultimate NFT marketplace. And it will have so many complex features that I'm trying to make sure that I can compete against OpenSea because it will be very favorable towards both retailers and traders. I want to make sure that the UI experience is something that is very up there, it's very polished, and just make sure that the user experience is just optimal. And I can't stress just how much I want to show you guys this thing because I can literally play around with it right now because we are essentially done. But you guys are going to be in for a big surprise, trust me. And we are forming partnerships as we speak. It's been one of the main focuses that we have been doing behind the scenes. And we've already been able to form partnerships with Scott Page from Pink Floyd, as well as one of the most incredible sculptors from Guardians of the Galaxy, Marvel. And so now we are going to be then moving on to Shiba Inu GG once that is complete. And Shiba Inu GG will be a gaming guild for the Shiba Inu community. And what this essentially allows people to do is it allows users to be able to borrow assets for free and in return earn a portion of the profits that they earn from playing these play to earn games that are out there. Now, in my personal opinion, I think play to earn gaming is going to be a very big thing in the future. It is inevitable. I am very bullish on play to earn gaming, and we're very early in its infancy stage. I think it's a big part of where NFTs will be going as well. So a lot to be excited there. Now, we're trying to be very innovative in the way that we approach our guild because we want to allow users to be able to level up within the guild so that they can actually earn more for their contributions, again, using assets that they borrowed for free. So a lot of excitement there. When you level up again, you're going to have to burn the paw to be able to level up, which incentivizes people to hold because that will raise the price and it will cause a lot of burns to happen for paw. But moreover, I should speak with Pawzone, is the fact that our transactions will be burning SHIB because it will be on Shibarium. Moreover, we will allow users to be able to set a burn amount for every sale that they make on the marketplace. And it will only be able to be listed for SHIB. NFTs will only be able to be listed for SHIB. However, we have this feature that we'll be releasing that is called auto converting transactions, which allows users to be able to use any of the available assets that we can provide, and it will allow them to use their currency to then purchase the NFTs, even though they're listed for SHIB. And through the process, it will automatically convert their currency to the SHIB that the sellers are requesting. So we're going to be adding quite a bit of utility for SHIB and Bone, obviously, because this is going to cause so many transactions. An NFT marketplace is an essential application for any network.
So, question here with NFTs, kind of more macro here, JD, because you've been around the block longer than I have in crypto from our previous conversations. Where do you see the NFT marketplace as a whole going? And what does that look like inside the SHIB ecosystem? And I know that's a big question because who knows, right? Because it's open. People are going to do what they want. But where do you see the real, I guess, intrinsic value of NFTs and how SHIB kind of fits into that mold?
Sure. I mean, I think NFTs is one of those new assets within the crypto space or within any space of innovation. We are constantly evolving when it comes to NFTs. If you look back at 2018 with the crypto punks, we just had crypto, pixels for NFTs, but they held a lot of intrinsic value because of they were the first NFT. And since then, we've come such a long way. But even to this day, we're still kind of in that experimental stage, trying to figure out what's the next step. We are the innovators, we're the guinea pigs trying to formulate the true definition of what NFTs are. And in my opinion, we're just touching the surface on it. We're going to be starting to transition towards more real world utility, towards things like tickets and music and anything you can imagine, to like medical records, anything. NFTs can be used for everything. And it allows people to be able to track and trace because it's all through the blockchain. And so it will have so many real world uses. However, I also think, again, with play to earn gaming, it will be a very essential thing because I think, as I've stated before, play to earn gaming will be a very big thing in the future of crypto because a lot of people do spend most of their days playing games. However, they're not even getting paid doing it. In fact, they're paying to get skins and get battle passes and whatnot. Right. So this will undoubtedly release a dynamic where people will be able to earn for what they're playing. And moreover, we're reaching to a point where gaming is becoming much more immersive. And so we will start seeing games like Sim 3 or Roblox becoming more of a crypto centric thing, because we do imagine a lot of people wanting to play those things and actually being able to get paid like it was the real world. Because in reality, these metaverses are virtual ecosystems that are just like the real world. And if these projects can develop these metaverses to be able to imitate the real world as perfectly as I think it can be, then we're going to start seeing play to earn and metaverse gaming start being a big part of NFTs.
So we're already love that answer, and we're already seeing some questions coming in chat. So feel free, guys, to drop in any questions you have, and we'll try to get to as many as possible. But Gabriel's got one here. Question: how do you see Pawzone token helping with adoption of cryptocurrency? Gaming Guild is one, and payments with Pawzone ?
Well, yes. Pawzone, the Paw token will actually be one of the tokens that you can use to transact in the marketplace, thanks to the ability of auto-converting transactions. But moreover, we are a community that's supposed to be supporting the Shiba Inu ecosystem first and foremost. So we don't try to claim to be some other entity and try to steal from the community, the Shiba Inu community. We are a part of it. We want to be supporters of it. And so our main mission is to be able to forward the Shiba Inu vision, which is to allow community members to build and prosper the ecosystem for everyone that is a part of it. And I am just trying to inspire other community members to be able to do the same, because it is possible. You guys have the ability to do so. And so if you have something in your head or some idea that you want to implement, then there's nothing stopping you. And you should go all out on it, because that is literally what Shiba Inu is all about.
Got another one here from Adam. I have a question for JD. When staking happens, will staking be locked in for a time period, or will it be unlocked? I guess maybe kind of open staking. You don't have to lock it up for a certain period. I'd prefer if staking is unlocked like Shiba Swap. Do you have that answer yet, JD? Or
Yes, I can start talking about that stuff. So yes, staking is unlocked. It's not. We're not going to have some sort of lock period for staking or liquidity. However, we do want to add this very exciting feature for liquidity, where people who either burn or keep their liquidities in the pool, their APY will start increasing through a leveling system. So a very innovative feature. I will touch up on it more. Again, people have been very excited. I understand, but we have just deployed not even a month ago. I think it's pretty surreal just how much people are expecting for a project that has just deployed. But I think the main thing is to just trust the process, just understand there's a lot of thought behind this and a lot of planning going on to make sure that we do everything right. And our main focus as of now has been getting listed on exchanges. And we have just reached 10 exchanges in less than a month, which I think is pretty impressive.
Pretty amazing. And in the last 24 hours, guys, Pawzone's still getting $410,000 of volume on the deck side, which is pretty remarkable too. And I think it's, really a testament, JD, to your hard work over multiple years here and building the trust of some key people in the SHIB ecosystem like Shytoshi for a long time. I remember when we first talked. I mean, that was something that really stood out to me. So kudos to you guys for having a fantastic start here to obviously something that hasn't even really come to fruition yet because Shibarium's not even out yet. But exciting times ahead, man. So I guess more macro question here for Shibarium. Where do you foresee, I guess, the best, or what's the way to say this? Where do you foresee the most opportunity for people, just people in the community to build on top of Shibarium?
Like what kinds of applications? Or
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you could look at any other network to see the splendor of applications that are built on the network. You could have applications such as the lending applications. You can have a bunch of different DeFi applications, but a network allows for people to be able to build any sort of project that they want to build. There's nothing in specific. I mean, other people can build things that are already in the works by other projects. This is a decentralized platform, but in reality, it's no different than anything you can make on any other network. So the limitations are endless.
Yeah, and we're seeing some of those other projects out there too, which is fantastic, that are already kind of building some things in the DeFi space. It's going to be exciting. What about the metaverse, JD? Where does this kind of all fit in your opinion?
Metaverse is going to be a big portion from the Shiba Inu developers themselves. It's a project that I am extremely bullish towards because I believe it will be a very, again, immersive metaverse experience. And it will be a place where the Shiba Inu community can come together to be able to make a kind of virtual economy together. And our application, Pawzone, will be built to be very in tune with the metaverse because, again, in the metaverse, we expect there to be a lot of assets, a lot of services that users within the world are going to be able to provide to people. And we want our marketplace to be an essential part of that process. So very excited. I think the metaverse is going to be huge, and I think a lot of people are underestimating what is to come with that.
And by the way, this is the website we're looking at here and referring to a lot. So if you want to dive into this, all of you out there listening, appreciate you guys being here. It's pawzone.io. Highly encourage you to go there, check it out, dig into it for yourself and have a look because, again, JD's been building here and his team's been building for quite some time. And yeah, man, it's exciting. What about, I guess, more macro here, JD, just the start of 2023? Because I don't think I've talked to you this year. But yeah, crypto in general experiencing a nice uptrend. Bitcoin's up 70+% to start the year. Pretty exciting.
Oh yeah, it's great. It's great to see. I mean, obviously, if you've been in this space long enough, you know that this is all just part of the game. It's part of the whole crypto experience. And if you've been able to survive through the through the bloodshed, then you have only become stronger because of it, and you will learn from all the mistakes that you had made. Unfortunately, for a lot of people, the best way to learn is the hard way. And if you did actually learn, you'll know how crypto will work in the future, because it does kind of imitate itself in every single phase. So yeah, I think it's been a great thing to see that we are starting to see a turnaround, and we are starting to see more bullishness in crypto's momentum. So always happy to see
Is the bottom in?
that. Is the bottom in?
Right.
You know,
That's the question.
but the thing is that crypto, it's so new, because and so anything that comes out of left field can do some damage, or anything out of right field can cause it to start booming. So if there are no black swan moments, if there are no unexpected news, like more bans or whatnots, then I think we are in a good direction, and I do think that the bottom is in. And I've said that the bottom was in, actually literally when the bottom was in. So yeah,
Last year. Yeah.
yeah, I did call it. So yeah, it is something that I don't think we're going to be seeing again, and I think we are at a point where we are back in the more bullish phase. However, we could see consolidation, but I don't think we're going back to those lows.
Yeah, I love to hear that, and it feels like the bottom is in too. It feels like we hit rock bottom late last year, and things are kind of moving in the right direction. And as crazy as it sounds, this downturn in the banks and all of the negative news traditional markets have experienced, it might have been a blessing for crypto a little bit, because I think it's opened people's eyes. Like, maybe that Bitcoin thing and this crypto thing is actually something I should look at.
Absolutely,
So that's good.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody here, JD, can you please explain the burn on paw token? So yeah, we kind of hit on that, but do you want to unpack that a little bit more?
So we are currently working on a burn portal that will allow users to be able to burn not only paw, but also shib. I have not even mentioned that, but we're going to be able to burn shib, and there's going to be a lot of rewards for those that do it. I will be revealing the details of those rewards soon, but we want to make sure that it is something that will incentivize people to burn, and it will propose a lot of utility for those that do. And yeah, it's I'm very excited, but it's something that we're just working on, and I think it's going to be something that is more than just a typical burn for the sake of a burn. We want it to be a fun experience, and something that people are going to be excited about. So more on this will be coming soon.
Awesome. And for those of you out there, the token has launched. So we're looking at the tokenomics. You want to kind of walk us through how you came to this point? Because I know this is a big topic of discussion when you're building out a token. How did you get here with the supply, and how much was burned at launch, et cetera?
So we're actually a 1 trillion supply token. We burned 50% of it pre-launch. So now there's only 500 billion, and right now in circulating supply we have 256 billion. And the way the allocations work is we have 10% for the founders, 20% for the Pawzone Treasury Fund, 20% for staking, trading, and liquidity rewards, and then we also have actually, no, that's it. And we also have obviously that initial 50% that went to the Shiba Swap liquidity pool.
Gotcha. Yeah, and zero tax, right? That's a big one.
Yes, that's a big thing. I think a lot of people don't understand is that I could have put in the code for the first day for it to have like a 10% transaction fee or 4% transaction fee, and been able to rake in those bucks if I wanted to, but I didn't, because I want to make sure that my application is for the community. I don't want to be able to steal from them. I want it to be as genuine as possible, and I want investors to feel as safe as possible. That's why these allocations are either locked or vested over the course of 2 years. The liquidity is locked for 2 years. These are long lock periods. Now, of course, 20% of the liquidity is for 6 months, and the lock periods are varied as well. But I made sure that everything was put into place to make investors feel as comfortable as possible. And so, yeah, that's been the process that I've been going through.
Somebody wants to know when that big tier one's coming. You mentioned there were some exchanges out there. We can highlight some of those too, JD.
Sure.
But yeah, everybody Everybody wants to know when that big one's coming. The top 5, the top 10.
Yeah, yeah. The one thing I want to mention about that is
Yep.
again, our token has just deployed.
Yeah.
We have already been listed on Mexi and LBank entirely for free. I think that is something that people don't quite understand,
Now,
and they
question:
even. Mhm.
is that just based on volume? So does LBank come to you and say, "Hey, like this is super impressive. Like we've got to list you. Like you guys are getting," because I know exchanges love volume, right?
They do, but it was more than that. Yes, we did have a ton of volume, but the actual thing was that they knew of the situation with the other token because they did have the other PawSwap token on their exchange, but they knew about the whole situation, and they wanted to help me through the movement because they knew that I was building an actual Shibarium project for the Shiba Inu ecosystem, and they wanted to support Shibarium. Yeah, and that was essentially how it happened. I mean, these people are amazing. They wanted to just help, and that's what they did, and they were able to list us. We of course we provided marketing for them so that they can be able to bring in more users and do things like a prize pool, but that was by my request. And so what they did was incredible. Now when it comes to other exchanges getting listings, the difficulty is in the fact that we don't want to dump paw to be able to get listed. And so because of that mandate that we have set, it is a ongoing process to get exchanges listed. Because again, as you've mentioned, exchanges usually like money to get listings done. And
Mm-hmm.
so these T1s, I know a lot of people want, but the process is an ongoing process with them. Now we do have other exchanges in the works that are very great exchanges that will be coming pretty soon. But I think the main thing that people should understand is that we're very early, and that should not be the number one priority. The number one priority should be the excitement, the amazing applications that will be coming to add utility for the Shiba Inu ecosystem. I don't think people quite understand the significance of that yet. And once people start seeing what is been built behind the scenes, they will start to understand just how significant everything will be.
100%. Yeah, these exchanges, just from my talking to developers and things like that, it could be frustrating because a lot of times they want a percentage of your supply, right? The token supply,
Correct.
and a lot of people aren't willing to give that up. And then it's like, all right, well, just give us cash.
Well, it's not just token supply. A lot of them want like USDT. They want you to convert your paw or
Ah,
your token to another currency. So they
gotcha.
literally want you to sell
Right,
on the users, and I will not do that.
right. Where do you see kind of just in this conversation, it's making me think, where do you see kind of the moment in time where most people are on DeFi and not on the centralized exchange side of things? Like, are we close to that? Like, what's going to help us set us apart? And maybe not holistically, maybe just within the SHIB ecosystem.
Hmm.
Obviously, Shibarium is that's what it's there for. But like, how do we get people to really get there? You know?
To decentralization.
Yeah, and to really to favor that. I know there's a learning curve, but like, what else can be done for us to like really get to that point?
Well, I think we need to have decentralization in a very user-friendly manner. I think right now decentralization is very complicated, and
Yeah.
that's what centralized exchanges. That's why they benefit because they simplify the whole crypto process. And with decentralization, there's a whole learning curve behind it. And so, if we can be able to make it much more user-friendly, which I believe is what Shibarium is aiming to do, then we will be able to onboard a lot of users and get them into decentralization.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. No, I like that. Oh, sorry about that.
It's okay.
Phone's ringing here. That's of course that's my other phone across the room, so I didn't have a. Okay, all good. Sorry about
It's okay.
that.
Hmm.
But okay, yeah. So what's something we haven't hit on, JD, that you kind of want to get out there? Whether it's related to an application, whether it's related to the market, what's something on your mind that you want people to hear?
Um, I think patience favors the bold. I think a lot of people need to understand the crypto space is not catered to those that want to make a quick buck. as much
Mm-hmm.
as people think it is. It is one of those things where it takes a lot of time, a lot of patience to be able to not only learn about crypto, but to understand that with any investment, that is the strategy. Imagine if you invested in Matic when it just released. Imagine investing in Shiba Inu when it just released. When you
Yeah.
invested in Shiba Inu when it just released, you would have been down hard for the first several months, big time.
Yeah.
But then, if you waited it out and understood the vision and you had the patience, as investors always should, then you will seek the rewards. And so that's essentially how crypto is. It's one of those mind games, right? Because the stock market is no different. It's a play on human emotion. That's how the charts work, and crypto is 24/7. So it's magnified tenfold. So the best advice I can give is that patience is key. And with even including our project, as we have just released a few weeks ago, the best advice I can give is to just trust the process. Now, if this is a project that you don't believe in, and you have second thoughts about it, it should not be a project that you're invested in. And I say that as someone who is the founder of Pawzone. Okay, I think it's just important to understand that it's your money, and therefore you should be putting it in places that you believe. And I personally, obviously, as much as I believe in my project, I understand that it's a process. And so if you don't have the patience, then you are not really set for the crypto space, and you should be investing and sticking to the vision that you see for any individual project. And if you believe and trust in the team, then you should just understand that in the long term, everything will unravel in the way that you had hoped.
Well said. And kind of a crazy story. So I saw this video recently. It was a YouTube short, and it was from a while back. And a guy put in $2,000 into Shib very early days,
Mm-hmm.
and decided to pull it out. Whether it was like a month or 2 months later, something like that. Decided to pull it out, and he's from the UK, and he lost 300 pounds. Essentially
Mm-hmm.
$300 or whatever,
Right.
and took the loss. That at the peak, I believe, would have been worth nearly $1 billion,
$1 billion. See,
uh,
yeah.
which is insane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But that's a perfect example. But it goes the other way sometimes too. Like, sometimes you do take the profits and it goes up. I mean, but I guess you can never let your emotions fully grab a hold of you, and you got to find a way to separate that. And
Mm-hmm.
for me, and I think for a lot of people out there, diversifying really helps, because you're going to lose in crypto. But if you're all
Sure.
in on one thing, and that loss is like everything, man, that really, stunts, everything, right? Your
Yeah.
bankroll's gone, you're frustrated, and you just kind of throw the towel in. And I think that's something that I've really learned the hard way too, is knowing that you're going to lose on some, right? And knowing when to take those losses, but also being well diversified to the point where, you can live to see another day, essentially,
Agreed. I
right?
totally agree with that. I 100% agree. Diversifying is always good to do. Uh, but I think, moreover, having a plan
Yep.
is something that should be definitely thought through before making any sort of investment.
100%. Yeah. And if you jump into it without a plan, then you're not going to know when to take profits. You're going to be like, oh, should I take profits? Oh my gosh, it
Correct.
just went down 40%. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. All right. Now I should take profit. No, no,
Yeah.
I'm going to wait. Yeah.
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 Educate yourself on market caps, on charts,
Yep.
learn about all the indicators, the fundamentals,
Yep.
and you'll do much better.
Definitely. Definitely. So if you guys are interested, by the way, let me pull this up. If you guys are interested in checking out the Pawzone token, I'm going to pull this up over on screen for you guys. This is the address. This is their pin tweet over on Twitter. So Paw is now available on ShibaSwap. Our journey has just begun. Shib Army. This was back on March 26th. As JD mentioned, exchanges are out there. More exchanges are coming. That is the correct token address there on the screen. Of course, as always, do your own due diligence before jumping in, right? But I just want to stress this again. This is something that JD has been building for quite some time, and it's always great to talk to you, man. And It's always fun. But anything else on your
Likewise.
mind, just in general, man? Just with crypto and how's life going? How are things?
Life's going well, buddy. I appreciate you for asking. It's been crazy in terms of trying to get some sleep. I've never been as busy as I have been as of late.
Do you
A
have a
lot.
team, JD?
I do have a
Yeah.
team. We have a team of developers, of marketers, of we obviously have our surreal admin and mod team.
Gotcha.
But we do have a team. I just try to be the face of the project because I was the founder and the person that's been trying to organize everything for the project.
How hard
So
is it to not go to sleep? Because like on one side of the world, everybody's going to bed, but on the other side, everybody's up. So I'm
yeah,
assuming the questions just never
yeah.
stop. Or
It
tell
it,
them
it
that
doesn't. It really does. I mean, it's something that I'm obviously I'm the most passionate about. So it's not work to me. It's more of those things where I wish I didn't have to sleep. But I have to, and it does take a toll, obviously, if you don't take care of yourself like that. But yes, it is like that, where one side of the world wakes up, the other side goes to sleep, and so you're always constantly on the line of communicating to the community and reassuring them and informing them, updating them. But moreover, you also have, like exchanges, for example. A lot of exchanges I have to deal with are from the other side of the world. So I have to contact them in the middle of the morning, in the middle of the night. So yeah, crypto is worldwide, and so it never sleeps, and neither do a lot of founders.
never. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's I can only imagine, man. So I don't envy you, but I appreciate what you do because we need great devs out there. We need great people out there, and I think you're both of those. And
thank you.
Fungi Hunter, nice name, out there looking for fungi, says, may I ask, when will the token airdrop be for Discord members?
Yes, I will be announcing that next week. We already have a plan in place. I'm very excited for that. I obviously didn't forget that, Pop Fighters. So don't you worry, that's coming, and it's going to be an exciting one. So again, more details on that will be coming only next week. So next week is tomorrow. So
Nice.
it's coming.
Very nice. And for the record, guys, some of those exchanges, Mexi, LBank, CoinEx, Polyonex, Hotbit, ZT Global. Am I missing one?
Oh, obviously,
Coin.
I don't know if you said the next CNL bank, but you might have. but
Yeah.
there's a total of 10 so far, including Shiba Swap and Uniswap.
Yep, Shiba Swap and Uniswap out there on the DeFi side. So,
Mhm.
JD, it's always a pleasure, man, and really, really looking forward to watching this thing all come together with Shibarium, man. It's always fun catching up, and
Thank you, Zach.
you're welcome, man. I appreciate everybody out there for listening. Make sure you guys check it all out. I'll drop some links. I forgot to list them when I went on, but I'm going to drop them in there right after the stream, so they'll be in there on the replay. If you're just catching this, in the last 20 minutes, make sure you go back, check out everything. I'll drop the links in there for everybody, and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Take care.
All right. Bye, guys.